Peace and blessings to the chosen Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the Akim pushing his truth with sincerity and charity indeed. I'm the brother Yalad, and this is what they call a meme. The image that I'm showing you, which states why men with beards don't like to shave. And here you have somewhat of a manly look upon him, and then when he takes it down, he looks like a woman. Now, of course, that is a different person, but the point being is that when you remove the natural markers of a man, he can look like a child or a woman, or worse, a chomo, a child molester, or somebody weird, right? So a lot of things were given so that we didn't look weird. A lot of instruction. So Leviticus 19 and 27, ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou mar the corners of thy beard. So this is referring to lineups and making boxing and straightening or of the edges, because that makes you look weird. This Leviticus 21 and 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. It's about looking weird, the appearance of evil. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil, right? Because these people that wear bald faces, right? And these people that they have weird spirits on them. Okay. Let me see. Leviticus 19 and 32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of an old man and fear thy power. I am the Lord Yahweh. How you gonna rise up for the hoary head and they don't have any hair on them? They bald. You can't see the gray hairs. You can't see the hoary hairs. You see what I'm saying? So that's one thing. There are things that are natural markers on a man, and having facial hair can show the young men, the old men, and the older men, and you would know who's an older man if they not removing all of their hair and looking like Agent 47. You know, you would know because they'd have gray hairs. But how would you know? Because they look like a child. Now, the long hair, that's another thing. 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? So there's just things with this that is not just image, it's also is it expedient? Is it convenient? Hair can also be a safety issue. And you got some guys out there, with 14-inch dreadlocks. Like, you can't be working in certain conditions. Like, you can't be working in no factories and warehouses. You buy any machinery. Your hair get caught in a conveyor belt and it's over for you. You see? There's having certain hairstyles that are just dangerous. They're a safety hazard. And some jobs we work require us to have low-cut hair. Low-cut hair on the head, low-cut hair on the facial. These are things to be mindful of. Now, I want to make it very clear that it's good for a man to have facial hair. Naturally itself, yes. It is. But I brought out these 5 precepts, and it just goes into just trying to avoid from the appearance of evil or looking weird. It's some people that have some men that have long hair and no facial hair and they look like either a woman or a kid, you know, or then you have men that just have ridiculous hairstyles, and it's just a safety precaution. And I say if you have longer hair, and I've had braids before, about 8 inches worth of hair, which was enough to really just come to meet the shoulders just about. I'm gonna tell you from experience, more hair is more care. So just because it might be lawful don't mean it's expedient, you see. 1 Corinthians 6:12, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. That was 1 Corinthians 6:12. Yeah, so just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. Um, it's definitely more hair, more care. And keeping a low profile. Um, you don't have to make yourself a target. You don't have to make yourself more known. You don't have to try to make yourself stand out, doing all the coloring and the color dye of the hair. In fact, people who dye their hair are usually associated with the the homosexual community, the alphabet lifestyle. They're usually, especially when you have some brown men dyeing their hair like blonde, and it's like, okay, you're one of those. And that's why I brought out that precept of just abstaining from the appearance of evil, because you don't want to attract attention in this world. You don't. So, and some jobs that we work require us to have a low profile, having low cut hairstyles, having a low cut facial, and that is perfectly fine. It is perfectly fine. Um, Especially if it's for your safety. Uh, yeah. Everybody ain't gotta have a beard like Aaron. They said if Aaron's beard was long, like long, long, like as long as his body, almost. I think they said. Let me see if I can find it. Because Aaron, the brother of Moses, his beard was long. Psalms 133:2 is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments. So he had a very long beard. If your genetics allow you to grow a beard like that, make sure you're not working no kind of job that is like manual labor. Make sure you're working like a desk job. You on a computer or something. Don't put yourself in harm's way having an extremely long beard. Don't do that. It's not advisable. It's not expedient. But he could do that because he was a priest. The Lord was dealing with him. He didn't have to go work machineries and have to go, lift extremely heavy items or whatever. He didn't. He was given a completely different job, carrying around the incense burner, the charger, right? He was Moses' man, Moses' brother, and his he worked with Moses, so that was his work, that was his labor, but it wasn't too much of a physical thing. If you do physical stuff, you shouldn't be having long beards or long hair. You shouldn't. It's a safety precaution, and that's if your genetics can allow you. Because Lord knows, some of us don't have we're not blessed enough to have some of us, not us. Some of us are blessed to have genetics that allow us to grow some pretty nice full beards. Some of us, nah. some of us, and we just gotta wait for the kingdom to be able to grow a fuller or nicer or heavier beard. But for what you can, hey, just appreciate what the Lord give you. So, Lord willing, that was edifying, and I made all of that correlate, and yeah, I'm gonna sign out on that one. Shalom.